Hey, everybody, it's CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees. That's right, Friday the 13th, Part 6. And you're listening to thescenesnobs.com.
Hey, Casey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm marvelous. How are you, Mick?
I felt better.
Yeah? Well, you know what? You look fantastic. And really, looks are all that matter.
It's what's inside does not matter.
No.
I will tell you, with our trip this weekend, I ate like crap all weekend long. And I completely got out of it. But let me tell you, I got home Sunday night. I made a big bowl of salad. And it was the most delightful thing I think I've ever eaten up to that point.
Well, considering the way we treated our bodies, I bet. But I was impressed because you were tracking yourself the entire weekend.
I do. I try to keep on top of my steps and do everything and go through the app and such. And I did. I put on a couple of pounds while we were there because we ate a lot of trash. But so far, it's been pretty good. It's come back down a pound. So, I got to keep going. But, yeah. So, guys, if you want to try it, try Noom. Go and take their quiz now and see what they want to set you upon. And remember, Noom has daily life lessons, personal coaching sessions, and support groups, tracking systems, and more. They're not going to tell you what can or can't eat either because they don't believe in the good or bad foods. Instead, they'll try and help you build a knowledge and a wisdom. Like me with this weekend, I knew if I ate too much bad, it's a bad thing for you. But I turn around and I've been eating well since I got home and I'm really enjoying it. So it's given me that wisdom to change my lifestyle. So make sure you head down below in our affiliate link and click on Noom and give it a try.
Yep. Make sure to check it out and use the process that can help you feel better and just have more energy and naturally a little more pep in your step. Especially at our age, take it from some old fellas. It will go a long way.
Very old. But yeah, we got a great show for you tonight, guys. We have two guests from the Accursed, director Kevin Lewis, and one of the stars of the Accursed. She played Beth, Sarah Dumont. So let's get this party started.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome to Scene Snobs Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by my partner on this magic carpet ride, the man, the myth, the legend. He's just too much for you, Casey the Madman Plot. What's up, buddy?
Yes, I'm marvelous. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for that glorious introduction.
Of course. I'm doing well. We're joined by a lot of awesome people in the comments.
We are. Kathleen. I see the Snobs Nation coming in strong. Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen.
First comment. She wins. All right.
We don't know what, but congratulations.
Hello and happy Tuesday to all my dear friends.
Happy Tuesday, all.
Paul's here. Good to see you. John. Yes, Kathleen, you do win. And your prize is me. You lucky duck.
Yeah, that's true. We do love the Wasses, two of our favorite folk, making up one of our favorite couples.
It's snobbing on the road this evening from San Diego. All right, Ron. Thanks for jumping in.
What's up, Ron? Hey, buddy.
John, I like the new hairstyle, Mick. Thank you. I just reshaved it before we left for our trip.
He had to make sure to go streamlined.
Paul says, laugh aloud, the Ultimate Fan experience was remarkable. We did give Paul the Ultimate Fan experience for sure.
We did. We'll definitely cover some of that briefly. Liz, how are you doing?
Liz, what's up? Crap, I want a refund. Listen. And the chicken's here. Chicken, put your cock away. Hey, so guys, we have a very special show for you tonight.
Yes, we do.
We're very excited. A couple of friends of the show who have been on before are going to be joining us again. And that is Kevin Lewis, the director of movies like Willy's Wonderland and the brand new The Accursed, which just came out last Friday. And Sarah Dumont, who you might remember from movies like Zombie's Guide to...
Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Don't mind me. I'm still relishing in all the craziness this weekend and trying to snap back out of it.
Get his head back around. It's all right. You look fantastic. You're doing great.
I appreciate that, pal. I'm trying. I will say this. Sarah also has a great movie. You should go check it out. It came out last summer. Drive All Night. It's a very cool movie. She came on to promote it when that came out, and I want to. That was a cool indie flick that I think everybody should check out. So
Absolutely. And I'm really excited to talk to her tonight because she's officially reached the ranking of one of horror movies' best friends.
That's true.
With her
That's very
character in
true.
Accursed. She's absolutely reached a pinnacle and is, I think inching towards Scream royalty.
Inching towards.
Yeah.
I think you need to have at least 7 more under your belt for that.
I'll concur with that. Yeah.
I'm just going by the Jamie Lee rules.
Why not? It works. It feels right. Hey, if it feels good, do it.
If it makes you feel good, do it. That's right. All right. So, all right. We've got a really fun show for you guys planned, and we're going to be waiting because Kevin and Sarah will be on in a little bit. I have some news, though, Case.
Oh, do you? Is it about someone being hit by a car?
No, but that is true. We do have to tell that story. But I feel you want to hear this real quick. Star Trek has made an announcement this past week.
Ooh.
And guess which one of the best captains of all time is coming back?
Cisco.
Nope. It
Janeway.
is. No, I said the best captain of all time. It is
Picard.
Jellicoe.
Oh, Jellicoe is returning to the small screen. What?
Admiral Jellicoe will be returning to Star Trek Prodigy.
I'm really excited to see that.
And Ronnie Cox is coming back to play him.
Well, it has to be. I mean, there's no one else who could be Jellicoe. It's like someone saying, we're going to get someone other than Stewart to play Picard. That's not going to work.
Oh, anybody can play Picard. That's fine.
You need to pump your brakes.
Well,
Tom
eventually,
Hardy is the closest.
Remember, people said that about Kirk too, but Pine did a great job.
Yeah, no, Pine crushed it. Absolutely.
I think Vin Diesel would make a great Picard.
God, that is terrible. I live my life quarter mile at a time, and then I fight Borg.
I live my life warp 1.
You don't have me. You don't even have your ship.
Guys, we did have a really fun time this weekend. So if you missed it, Casey and I did a ghost hunt with the Maryland Phenomena Investigations team at the Cotton and Company Vintage Boutique in Maryland, in Kemar, Maryland. Very cool shop. You should go check it out for sure. If you haven't checked out the show, it is available. It's up on our YouTube channel. I think we saw a lot of really fun stuff, really cool stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. The additional help of the hosting by Sir Sturdy and Jason Taylor was fantastic. So appreciate it from those gents.
Yeah, for sure. Go check that out because we did, we dealt with a lot of stuff. We went in a lot of places, a lot of nooks and crannies looking for ghosts. Casey got a haunted hat.
Yes, which is still in my car. I'm not comfortable bringing it in yet.
That's very fair. So we have some very cool stuff. But then we took the ride from Maryland down to North Carolina, and we went and visited our good friends down at Cathas Farm in Lillington, North Carolina.
Yep, for the Devil's Playground haunted attraction.
It was so much fun. You guys, we're going to have everything linked below in the description, so make sure to go check it out, follow them. If you can get out to North Carolina, I would definitely say go do this haunt. It was an intensive experience because it was an intensive interactive experience. And we definitely went through the ringer.
Oh, yes, we did. There was a lot going on. There was some grabbing, some screaming. I laughed a lot. I think my voice is almost back to normal. Some scream laughing all over the place.
My voice is not back to normal at all. I still sound very hoarse, and I'm sick because of all the dirt, sweat. Like, you go through the experience. We came out horrendously dirty, cruddy, sweating. And I mean, that's not hard to imagine on me for sure. But
and then on the way out, the most terrifying thing of all happened.
We got pulled back in? Is that what you mean?
No, I was saying when we were physically leaving the haunt.
All right. So we were leaving the farm that the haunt was on. Casey, for some reason, jumps out of the car at full speed
for a sweet picture.
And he goes, "Ultimate fan experience." And then, like, I don't know what happened after that.
I just ran at a solid 25 miles per hour directly into the vehicle.
Yes, I did hit Casey with my car. All right. That happened. I hit him with my car. It was the ultimate fan experience for Paul Dunn, who joined us. And that's kind of just the way that went. He's fine. We worked it out. The Buzzard Law Firm got involved.
Yep. And we I think we reached a settlement that really pleased both of us because I was struck by a car. So naturally, the best offer that Mick could come up with, which I irrefutably had to accept, was to shower first.
Yeah, you can shower first when we get to the hotel. And he immediately took it, and the Buzzard Law Firm inked the deal, and we were good.
We were set. And so, friends again.
Yes. Well, for a second there, though, I thought the Scene Snobs might be going the other way. Because for a second, I thought he might be dead because he disappeared into the darkness of night.
I did. There was just a big ka-thunk, and I stopped because I was like, was the vehicle moving? Was I moving? Did I fall into the car? What happened? But I was hidden right where he couldn't see in his blind spot, and it's dark outside. So he's like, Casey, are you okay?
So a little joke that happened is when we invited Paul Dunn, who is one of our patrons, and he's a good friend of the show, and we always love having him.
Absolutely.
And we invited him. He came out to dinner with us, and we were like, "All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the Scene Snobs Ultimate Fan Experience, and make him pay for dinner, and make him pay for everything, and then make him have to suffer through all the stuff we got to suffer through." Which none of that is true, by the way.
No, of course not. I mean, but naturally he had to. He was going to video. He filmed for us, so he was able to work for us. He made sure to pay for our dinners. He went out and bought us a new TV, then he was an accomplice to a crime. So ultimate fan experience.
Well, I had joked with Paul early in the night, and I said, "Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw you out of the van as we're going and yell ultimate fan experience while I'm driving off." And I forgot that Casey didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I had no clue of this. I'm bolting out. Did not hear a single lick of this. So they think it's hilarious as they're hooting and hollering as they start driving away, and then I'm struck violently.
He didn't realize it because I screamed "Ultimate Fan Experience." But two things: one, he didn't hear it, but two, if he did hear it, he would have no idea what I was talking about. I didn't tell him what happened.
I still would have been hit by the car.
So we got hit by the car. The Buzzard Law Firm came. We figured it out. Casey took the first shower, and then we drove home the next morning. Oh, and then, of course, we screwed up going to the Myers house.
Oh, that was a hoot. Yeah, so there's a reproduction, Michael Myers house, where someone has literally recreated the entire Myers home from Halloween. And so we figured, hey, well, let's head on down there and take a look, because that would be pretty exciting. So as we pull into the driveway, we realize it says private, and think maybe at that point, we should look and double check and make sure this is cool for us to go in.
I did not
cool.
notice that it was private. I did not see private driveway, and I was continuing to go in case he's like, whoa. I don't think we could just go. And I was like, well, let's test that theory. I mean, what's the best way to do it in North Carolina? Get shot at? Fine, let's do this.
Because that's definitely what would happen.
And then Casey made me look it up and realize, they don't accept just anybody in. So needless to say, we had to wait.
And then we were trying to find signs for Cape Fear, not realizing that Cape Fear was the name of the river, not a town or a place you can get a sign next to. So we drive past 3 signs that easily could have had Cape Fear. We could have gotten pictures stating that, and we did not. So it was a swing and a miss on the return trip. But you know what? It's all about the memories we made along the way.
I still don't know if that was the real Cape Fear or not, though. I still don't understand.
It says it's based off of that Cape Fear in North. That is the Cape Fear it is based off of. Yes, but it was filmed in any other and every other state.
That's true. It was filmed in Savannah and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So they really wanted to go for that southern palm tree look.
That's what they were looking for. But anywhere they could do it without having to pay the extra taxes.
Damn, they should have just come to North Carolina. I'm telling you, it was the best. And I got to hit Casey with a car. So, it was like the bonus.
It's really close to Mad Max. Probably the closest we'll get in my lifetime. So I loved it.
That's fair. Of course, Kathleen asked, then you hit Casey with the car. Well, it was after he paid for everything.
Yeah. He made sure. He was like, did I get everything? I squeeze every last cent. Good.
Make sure you buy me that milkshake, and then I'm just going to hit you with my car. Perfect. That's how this goes. So
I do have something for you, though. A mug did arrive.
What mug?
Your mug.
You get? What mug? No.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh my God! You really got it?
I guess I did.
Oh, I thought that was going to be it for a second. It still weirds me out that you have my face on your mug.
Why? Best friends have mug faces. Do you not have a? Oh, well, you don't have one of me, so that's fine. I see how this is a one-way relationship.
Yes, I hit you with my car, and you have me on your mug. That's the way this goes. It's very.
Oh,
odd
I see. You were trying to leave me an imprint. You want to leave one physically on my body. That's cool.
100%. All right. Well, let's get to it. We're talking about best friends, so why not introduce a movie that just came out that you should be seeing, especially as horror fans. And it has, I think, Casey's favorite best friend ever in a movie now, because he will
100%.
not stop talking. And we have her for the show, and we also have the director from the Accursed brand new movie. We have director Kevin Lewis and Sarah Dumont, the star and the director. Don't mind me, I'm moving slow today. How are you guys?
Good.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We love talking about
Good, guys. How are you?
Great. Thank you again so much. We appreciate it. You guys have both been on the show before. We appreciate you, coming on and talking about the movie now. We've both seen it. We both love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Which, if anyone's curious, you can get on Vudu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think actually it was still playing at my Alamo, very close, which is close to here. So
nice.
Try and get out and check it out. Support the movie. So guys, again, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sarah, you play Beth in the movie.
Yeah, I did. I hope that I'm the best friend of yours.
Yes,
you are.
Really awkward conversation going forward.
Because I will tell you, if my best friend was going through what Ellie's going through in that movie, I would leave and not investigate anything. So that you went above and beyond.
Yeah, he'd be out. I don't believe I'd have that level of commitment from him, but it would blow my face off if he did.
For sure. I already hit you with a car.
So. After being hit with the car.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take your friend out. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the movie a little bit. I wanna everybody watching, they're really excited for it. We've been talking about it. It's a horror movie with a great cast. I mean, Meg Foster, Scream Queen royalty. I got to ask about that. All right, when we reviewed the movie, I said that the oil painting of Meg, I was like, the eyes. If there were anybody else's eyes, I'd be like, this is an unbelievable portrait. But when it's Meg Foster and her eyes, I'm like, that is actually what they are.
Her eyes are like they're a shocking shade of blue. I mean, it's really the only way to describe it. It's like a shocking stare. And then she's the nicest, loveliest person who brings in full special effects makeup, which is extremely uncomfortable for anyone who's not worn it. Just candy bags around. Here's for you. Just super, super lovely. But like her eyes, before she starts speaking, you're like, whoa. I mean, they're intense.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And she did such a great job in the movie, and when bringing everybody together. So this was written by Rob Kennedy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How did you come upon it, Kevin, when you came in? I remember it was big announcements when you first signed on.
Yeah, producer George Lee and Marcus and Jeremy, the three producers of Blood Red, brought me the script, and I immediately fell in love with it. I was looking to do something a little different from Willie's, and those first 7 pages with the whole Ambrose and Mary Lynn, it was like its own little film in itself, right? Its own little narrative, and I was just like, I got to do this. So
nice, yeah. That was a great, and they're actually mother and daughter in real life, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's very
that's
cool.
Wild.
Yeah, it worked really well.
I met Alexis doing a photo shoot for Nordstrom's up in Seattle many, many years ago. And I was shooting some like women's wear, and she was shooting the maternity, and she was pregnant.
Oh,
and then the next time I saw her daughter first, and she came in to say hello. And I was like, I am feeling really old right now, but you are cute. The last time I saw your mom, you were in her belly, and she was like, what?
You filmed this down in the Atlanta area, correct?
Savannah
area. Sorry.
Nice.
I get my Georgia parts of Georgia mixed up.
It's all Georgia.
No, it's a beautiful area though.
Significantly more creepy though. And that house that is the Gamble house, Ellie's house, is, I'm dead ass. It is really haunted. It is really haunted. I mean, the first day we were shooting in there, Like, I kept thinking, like, am I gonna have a Christian Bale moment? Is someone like on the set walking around and like making weird noises? And then I was up on the very top floor using the bathroom, and I was like, why does no one use this bathroom up here? It's so convenient. Go up there, and I'm like, it's got weird tilted walls, and all of a sudden I just started feeling like physically ill, like having like heat run through me and then cold run through me. And I went downstairs because they were filming with Sarah Gray. And went out to the medic, and I was like, can you check my blood sugar? Like, I think my blood sugar is really low or something. Like, I'm feeling all this crazy stuff. And these people on their porch car suit, they're like, no, that's just them. And I'm like, them? What?
That's terrifying.
And not what you want to hear.
Yeah, seriously.
Paranormal house that has like paranormal activity, like a bunch of paranormal tourists come and like Airbnb that place and scan it, and they have all sorts of crazy histories. Like, it's for real haunted. I mean, I felt like it was really, really haunted way before I had any clue that this was a hot spot.
Like Sarah said, the upstairs, it's tilted. Like it's crazy, guys. You go in, it's small. It was like the architect was on meth or something creating this thing. It's just different, man. It's like, and you go in, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. As I was thinking of shooting there as well, I was like, how can I get the camera? And it's like, you can't, when you go in, it's like, you just feel queasy, right, Sarah?
Yeah,
you just feel
sick. You feel like you're ill. And it's like, and I was like, oh, it must be the tilt of the room. It's setting off my equilibrium. But no, when I was in the bathroom and I was doing my business, I felt like this heat. And then I come out and I felt this really cold. And I'm like, that's weird. And then the next time we were shooting, when we did the stunt sequence, I went up there again to be like, kind of like face your fears moment. Like, it's not haunted up here. I was not able to do my business that time because I swear the sheet. I was like, I'm getting out of here now.
Something's staring at me.
No, like it just like rippled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. And then we were like, no. Like it's really crazy. And then some of the production after we were done filming in that location was staying in the house, and one of my favorite like I guess PAs, he's like, nah, I had the top room. I slept in my car. I'm sleeping in my car. I refuse. The sheets did move on me too, and I'm done. I'm out.
That's what's get the hotel. I'm not doing this. So Kevin, I wanted to ask, this is a very dramatic turn. Like you said, you want to do something different from Willie's. And how did you prepare for that, coming off of like something that's so chaotic in Willie's, like just on screen, and then coming into this, which is more of a slow burn in certain areas and things?
Mm-hmm. I was really excited to do something. I usually always the term elegant. And it's funny because when I met Sarah for the first time, we're talking and I said, what scares you? And that was kind of a thing. It's like, I just wanted to get to like the heart of it and really work with the actors and the character moments. And we'd always talk about the dialogue. It's like, does this sound good? And kind of make it your own and natural and everything. So I prepared like I always do. I did a shot list. I do all that stuff and visually. But I was really excited about just working with the actors and talking to them and getting those kind of truthful moments on screen. And I felt we did. I felt like I always say, like the two Sarahs would be working, their lines, and you could seriously like pick up the earphones and you're just thinking they're having a conversation, and it's like that was just incredible. It's just so natural and really, and that's what the heart of the movie is to me. It's about these relationships, and like you said, the best friend, and so that's what was so exciting to do is work with them and just create kind of a world that we all can kind of play with. And we did a lot of talk before shooting, but then as you know, when we shoot, we got to go. But we all were dialed in, and that's what's great. Like we all were on the same page, right, Sarah? We just felt like it was very organic. Right.
Yeah. And looking at the original shot plan, not the shot list, because the shot list that Kevin did was actually like so incredibly detailed. I mean, you could have made a graphic novel out of, he probably still can release a graphic novel of this movie. I mean, it's really illustrated every single shot. So there was a lot of preparation, but the shot list that you get your filming schedule, looking at it, I was like, the universal man symbol of, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like you see it on like sports fields, you see it if a man's cheated, he got caught. It's just the arms go up on the head and just like, that's not possible. And then we ended up getting it done faster than we had scheduled on a lot of days because it was really organic and there was a freedom in play. And then I still stand by it. I've been on a couple productions since. Like, I think that was the most like magical mix of crew, cast, and production that I've ever had. Like, if there was ever any tension, I never saw it. Like, everyone got along really well. It got cold one night and I'm like, you guys, like, well, I'm not in my trailer. There's heat. Like, go get in there. And like, everyone was helping each other out. And Kevin was so open to input. Not like he was going to apply it. Like, he'd be like, yeah, great. Like, I like that idea. Like, probably not. We'll do this instead. But like, it was just like, there was a freedom to say, hey, so whenever there was a technical thing, no one felt like there was a roadblock, like, oh, I need to go up the chain of command or I'll bite my tongue. They were like, hey, like, this might be a problem in the shot. So things were fixed before they were shot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it just made it go so fast and it was organic and it was really fun. And everyone got along and had a great time with each other. I wish every set was like that. Unfortunately, they're not.
Which is great. I mean, it definitely translates. That's one of the best parts of this movie that from my perspective is I'm all about those natural relationships. People actually, characters acting the way you think they would. Like, you know, a nurse is not going to freak out because she's, you know, as things are happening to this person she's caring for, you know, she's going to handle it in stride. And that was a fantastic job by the other Sarah for that. That was something I really commendable that you brought that out of that, Kevin, and also to hear how that kind of worked itself out by everyone just getting along.
Well, it's funny because, you know, my wife's a nurse. And so I'd always be really, even before we shot, I was like, God, I just didn't want Ellie to come off like the dumb nurse. Like, God, why did she do this or do this? So it's like, I would always check with her. And it was really cool, that scene where Sarah, where they were given she was looking at taking the blood from her and everything. Like, my wife was there. I was like, okay, make sure it's natural and everything. And then there's just the moments of like when Ellie comes in and says, Miss Ambrose, and she like shakes her. It's so funny because some of the crew were like, that's weird, like she's shaking her. And it's like, no, that's what you do because you're trying to get a response, you know? So I listened to the wife and I felt pretty good. Like, I was like, okay, we're good there. But then I was like watching the movie and I was like, man, do I have an infatuation with nurses or something? What's going on? But,
I got to be honest, though. I think that worked, adding them as nurses, because, again, even Beth and doing the investigation throughout the movie and trying to, you know, cover for a friend. But as a nurse, you would do that too. You know, if you have a patient and you're trying to figure something out, you're going to start investigating. And she really takes that and goes with it. And I love that aspect of it because I love a good, like, slow burn build up to the horror, but then you're kind of taken out of it, but you're not out of the mystery. You're just in a different aspect of it. And I like that a lot.
And it is really realistic reactions and conversation. And Kevin was so open to that from the beginning with the dialogue. And, you know, Rob was like, gave Kevin freedom. He's like, hey, if you need to change something, you need to change something. So it was like, we had this conversation before filming at dinner with George Lee, Kevin, and myself. And he was saying that it was kind of like Alexander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes. Like, he's kind of like that light and that comedy. And then he says the thing that the viewer is thinking. Because oftentimes when you're watching a horror movie, you're like, what is this dumb bitch doing? Like, it's like, Beth is that. And she's just like, you're fucking insane. Like, this is not a good idea. This is creepy. That woman's nuts.
Yep.
And so it does, like, there's a realistic process. And it's also, she's not like this master investigator either. Like, she's definitely doing things she's seen in movies and admits to, like, you know, like in the movies, like the little
the microfiche thing that made me feel really old. That was nice.
Yeah. It's just like,
she's poking fun at that, right? We're taking the horror tropes and kind of telling the audience, yes, we know it is, and but kind of go along with us. And that's what I enjoyed about that, you know?
Oh yeah. I love that scene.
I want to say one thing about the nurse again, too, just get back to it. Also, you know, for me, when I had COVID, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Those nurses are the unsung heroes, man, you know, and the doctors, I mean, God bless them, but doctors come in and go, you know, oh, yeah, okay, and then they're off. The nurses are the ones that take care of these patients night and day, you know. So hats off to the nurses and everything. So that's why I was excited about this movie too, because nurses are the unsung heroes. They work their ass off, man. And
absolutely.
So anyways, just have to.
Yeah, no, could not agree more. Excellent message.
Doctors diagnose and nurses do the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%. And in the way it really worked well together. Again, these two different types of nurses, and one trying to care for her mother and this woman, and it's almost like she's turning a blind eye to everything around her. Whereas Beth sees Alma for who she is, and goes through, and it's just like can be that outside bystander saying, "Okay, something's not right here." But Ellie just being so consumed with the guilt of her mother's passing.
Yep.
I love that. Again, it's such a crazy aspect because you wouldn't put an investigation film and this type of grief aspect together often in a movie, and I think it really worked well.
Beth's the audience, right? So Beth's the one that's like, when she's like, "You're crazy," that's what the audience is looking, and they're watching the movie because they saw the opening and they're like, "You're crazy," right? So like, she's to me the mouthpiece of the audience, and that's why it's really hard too. Like when she bites that apple, to me, biblical, right? Like to me, she's a goner. To me, that image of that apple, because we have rotten apples in the movie.
Yeah.
The apple is a very significant thing. When she bites that apple, for me, it's like she sealed her doom. That's why I have that one shot where it booms up on her, and that one moment, and she says, "Don't mind if I do." And there's just great little moments that we pepper in on this story, and I think some people, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he's like, "Kev, sometimes people watch a movie and they just like, it's right in front of them, but they don't really maybe pay attention or whatever." But the thing is, like, I feel like there's little moments here. If you look at the title sequence, it gives the whole movie away. The whole opening sequence, if you watch that sequence with the blood and the apple and the tree, that's the movie, right? And then if you think about it, at the end of the title sequence, it reverses and it goes back, and we start the movie, right? So there's things like that I love, like little Easter eggs that I, for as a director and filmmaker, kind of excited to do, so.
And it was nice because the little bit of gore, sorry, bro, that little bit of gore that's in there, the way it was, that little extra, the extra moments you hang on each shot with those little, just kind of pull a little bit out extra. It's got a very Sam Raimi-esque feel to it. It's like you've got those bits of peppered, little nods to horror of all genres. And I absolutely love it. That's another reason to definitely go check out this movie.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the... I like the element too of,
please check out the movie, please.
Yes, definitely go check out the movie.
Go watch it, download it, buy it.
Available now.
You need to.
We will put links down below. You click on them.
I have no shame for anyone who has not seen me on this show before.
Yeah. We love when Sarah shows up because Sarah is just perfect for it. It's the embrace
kick-ass human being. Yep.
And goes for it. And Kevin, of course, you as well. Like you guys are so amazing. And I was so happy when I read about the movie when you were first putting it together, and I saw you both were going to be working on it. And Sarah, I think I reached out to you and Kevin, you as well. I was like, "Oh, you guys are working together. This is amazing."
Yeah, I'm like, we have to get you a trailer when it comes out.
And I'm so happy to see it. One element I really love that I think too many fast horror movies today, like they try to get to like the reveal or the point too fast. And I think you not showing Miss Ambrose until much later really hits, and seeing like where she's at and things like that, especially after the beginning. And I don't want to give anything away to anybody watching. I want you guys to check it out. But that really landed for me. And I knew what you were going for there, which I thought was cool.
Or you watch a horror movie and it's like they're so busy trying to get you to jump that there's really no storyline. And you're like, where's the story? And it's just people just walking into really stupid, unbelievable situations. We're like, there is no way in how anyone with 30 IQ points would walk into that building.
Exactly.
Like, there's a running car right there. Just get in it and drive away. Like,
that's very true.
I really like layers on the like her why she's compelled to stay, why she's there, why she's compelled to stay. And then there's Beth's character, who is kind of like shouting out the obvious, and her coming in with the defense. So it does make sense. You believe that she's still there, and why.
I was going to say, I love the opening, because you have the opening and then you kind of forget about it because you go into Beth and Ellie's journey. And I like movies like that where it's like, you know, we come back to it, right? The third act, we're all back to the cabin and the world and Ambrose and all that stuff. But I love the idea. It's funny because some people go, you know, well, they feel like, oh, well, what's this? But I love, like, we're building like two different worlds, right? We got the cabin world, and then we've got like the Gamble estate world, right? With Ellie and Beth and all that, and they're colliding, right? They're slowly coming, and that scene of the car driving, right? This the drone shot that I've got, the car driving, and then you go from the cross to the car. Now you're tying things together, and you start bringing the worlds together, which I find really interesting. And then you have the third act, where again we're back to the first act, right? It's all cyclical, it all comes back, you know. So I kind of like that in movies, where it's like you're watching a film and then they do something and then you kind of forget about it. And then at the end, and then the third act, where you're like, oh my gosh, that's why. It's not they just did that for, you know, just to do it, right? It actually meant something in the story and in the, you know. So I really do like that whole thing with the opening of the cabin, and then we're back to it at the end. And poor Beth doesn't get into the cabin. Beth doesn't make it in the cabin. So.
Unfortunately.
But you know what? Sarah was so amazing. Sarah Dumont was so amazing on this movie that I was seriously thinking, gosh, is there a way we could like rewrite her and get her in the cabin? Because I would love to see her square off with Alma like tied up, and like, how cool would that be?
That would have been awesome.
I'm just so down for stunts, and I have like a sleep disorder that's really great for shooting horror movie because I don't sleep. So when every other actor is like, come on, they're getting bitchy, they're tired, they can't remember their lines, I'm like, I just got my 15th win. Like, let's go. Like, I'm ready. Girl tired because I want to do that shit.
Well, that was for me, Beth's third act, let's say. And again, I am not giving anything away because I want people to see this. It got me because from that explosive entrance to the reveal, I'm like, yes. Wait, no. What's going on here? What's happening?
Yeah.
So that text message, I screamed at the TV the second time watching, going, "Whoa, don't answer the text."
that was really hard to do because I don't want to give anything away, but the car sequence I had to shoot in 2 different days. So I had to do a stunt the one day, and I didn't have the performer the one day, and then we had to do a pickup of the ending of it the next day. And so that's why I have her, Ellie, she kind of kneels down and says, I'm so tired. That was a cut because I had to shoot that another day. So that was really tough, like orchestrating that stunt scene, basically doing part of a stunt one day and then ending that stunt, like, you know, a week later. Like, that was difficult. But
and then in the Gamble house, we did like 3 days worth of stunts in like 6 hours.
Oh.
I can't even imagine.
So it was like after getting like, we're like, oh, that's impossible. Well, there's no way we're going to be able to do that. And kind of the producers being mentally prepared for it not to work out, and then it working out. I'm sure for everybody having to chop the last big stunt of the film into like 2 separate days a week apart was really frustrating because we weren't able to get like, I mean, that whole, I won't give anything away, but
your whole fight scene, and that's all I'll say. Your whole fight scene is so well choreographed in it. I really enjoyed it.
We did that all in a matter of hours. I mean, I didn't pee the whole time because I didn't want to have to pull my pants down and have to reset anything. Because if I did, it would like change stuff. And so I just literally just held it. And it was so hot that day. It must have been 100-something degrees in the house. Everyone was just dripping in sweat, but we just went through it. We got it all done, and then, you know, the stunt team came in and did the big part, and we went right back in and we finished it all up, and then we ended up managing to shoot a bunch of other stuff that day. It was crazy. It was that was one of the days where we're like, this is not gonna happen, and it just so much more out of it.
Well, it was interesting because we had the Gamble house, the Ellie's house, on one street, but then the next street we also had it was a abandoned church that we used for like, so what happened was there was one day we had 10 pages to shoot. It was a monster day. And so it was the library scene. So we had to go to the library. We shot all that stuff. That was as a company move, break, come back. And then we did all the stuff with Beth and the dad at the office. And then we did all the stuff with Beth and Ellie with the giving the blood and everything in the hospital, all the stuff with Beth going to the hospital, calling Ellie, talking to the nurse, all that. And then the finale with Mina. All that in one day.
All in one day.
That was that. I was just like, Lord help me.
I got on my sides. I'm like, that's ambitious.
That's a hell of shooting.
We had that hallway. Remember, Sarah? We had that hallway, and it was like, okay, this is the hospital. Okay, here you're gonna come over here. You're gonna hit your mark here. You're gonna pick up the cell phone. You're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, just let's
do
it.
Go. And then it was like, all right, now walk to the other set. I'm like, go. Well, the biggest rush I think was the library.
Yeah.
We did all that, and then we did the blood draw, and then it was like full costume change, and then whole company moved down to the library, have that whole scene like from the microfiche and like all the different actors, and then moving us all back to the house for me and Mina's stuff. And like, and then me and Mina's stuff typically would be an entire day by itself at least. Like just for the stunt works and the choreographs and like, but I mean, it was choreographed maybe prior, and then I changed some stuff. I was like, I wouldn't grab something this way. But it was like really just not practiced the day before. It was practiced minutes before and done. And I mean, it was great and easy to work off of. And the elements in that house make it so easy to be scared.
It seems like it. I mean, the house has that whole creepy vibe, and you definitely
it's
ease
haunted,
into that. I mean, so it comes across. We feel that.
I wondered how much of that was set dressing and lighting versus this is Savannah, so it's probably really haunted.
Everything's haunted in Savannah.
Oh God, it's the most haunted city in the United States for sure. It's like palpable in certain places. You're like, oh, some bad stuff.
It is. You can feel it.
You can feel it. It feels icky.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
and then on the other hand, it's like so beautiful and charming, and like the beaches over on the little 7 Mile Island, like it's great and dandy. But then you like walk over these big bursts in the asphalt, and that's where they had the underground tunnels, and they stuffed bodies during the Spanish flu, and then the bodies as they decompose burst and have these big explosions like into the middle of the street. So you're like, maybe not so quaint.
It lost a little bit of its luster.
I feel like there's a lot of like slavery and like.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
Now, like I'm like, oh, this coffee shop's cute. Then you see the big burst in the street, like me.
Oh, jeez. I kind of want to read up on that history and at the same time not.
No, you don't. You don't, Mick. Savannah's not a good place.
I mean, it just puts in a little extra flavor to that dark roast.
Yeah,
we went to lunch, and it's like it was a mausoleum, and it was like, oh, this one, because it's like, oh, this is the place that's kind of interesting, and then it's like, yes, it was a mausoleum, and I was like, oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is definitely where my food prepared.
Is that what you put the kitchen in? They're like, yeah, exactly. How'd you know? I was like, well, I was hoping that the bodies weren't here anymore.
Well, that's the special on Fridays.
Well, I wonder how much did you guys research, like the occult and such, getting into this?
It's kind of cool because Dave McAdoo did all the cool drawings of the book and everything. He's a wonderful artist. And, I was talking to Rob about that because that's a movie in itself, right? Film crew researches cults and in a movie, and then it attacks them. But no, it's fictional, but there's some things that we researched that, it's interesting though, because it's like, Sarah could say this too. It's like it's a playful set, and so I never really wanted to like, oh my God, we're talking about a demon. It's like this is just fun. We're playing in the sandbox. We're having a good time, right? So I kind of try to keep the mood really light and nice and just kind of fun. And it's a gift. It's a privilege to make a movie, So yeah, it was. The research really was about talking to the actors and their characters. Like Mina, I always pictured was like a Nurse Ratched, the Alma character. That always reminded me of Alma. And I always like to say that you have like a circle of friends and you're hanging out at a party or something, and Alma comes in and the circle starts dispersing, away. Yeah. And Beth is the one that stays to the party. Like there's the after party, right?
Heck yeah.
Make
sure everyone else is good.
But George, you should definitely check it out. Thanks for watching, buddy. But yeah, The Accursed is out. You can go see it. Make sure to buy it. Take care, help out, support. It's a wonderful movie. I really enjoyed it. And, before you guys, I know you guys are coming up on time, so I wanted to ask you, it's Halloween time. You got a horror movie out, but let's talk about, like, maybe, do you have a special Halloween memory you want to share, or a favorite movie to watch around this time of year?
Go, Sarah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I signed an NDA at that party. Actually, I'm really sure I signed an NDA at that party.
It was a good party.
Great party. But my favorite memory I can't speak about, but movies, I'm terrified of the dark. I was as a kid. It has not alleviated since I've become an adult. My night vision's gotten worse from modeling and all the strobe lights, so I'm even more afraid of the dark. What is it Darkness Falls?
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm so scared of the dark, that movie really scares the effing S right out of my body, because I continue to be scared for like weeks.
That's awful.
I start doing that thing where you like flip all the lights down the hall, and then you like go out to the kitchen, you turn that one off, then the living room, then the hall, then the second room, then the other hall, and then you get in your room, and then you're like, put the eye mask on, and then the bed light.
I love the whole series all the way through.
Really, yeah, like I have to like do a whole process. I'm like, every couple of years I'll grow out of that, and then I'll watch Darkness Falls, and I'll have to resume.
That's like the third time this season somebody said Darkness Falls, and it's been a while since I've seen it, so now it's calling to me. I gotta rewatch it.
No, you got to rewatch it. I mean, if I think that anyone who has a fear of the dark, it really gets you. They play on that pretty well.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, that's one of my favorite Halloween movies, and obviously The Curse, which you should be watching. Duh. No.
Yes, 100%.
Take that advice, folks.
Kevin, how about you, buddy?
So there was a TV movie. I found out later, of course, it was a TV movie, but it was a movie when I was a kid that was on TV. It was called Burnt Offerings.
Oh,
yes.
And that movie, guys, that freaked me. I was alone. I watched that film. Oliver Reed finds the glasses in the pool, puts them on, strangling the kid. I mean, Betty Davis is in it, Karen Black. And what was cool was we were shooting the scene of the stairwell with Beth and Alma. And my stunt coordinator, Charlie, he's like, Kev, have you seen Burnt Offerings? And I was like, oh my God. So I stopped, if Sarah remembers, like 5-minute break. And we just talked.
Oh, is that what the break was? Is over.
Yeah, she's like, wait a minute, I need to go to the restroom. Like, what's going on here? No, it was awesome. It was like Charlie totally was like, this reminds me. I'm like, man, I knew we were on the right track making that, because it was just like that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid. And I still think about it to this day.
Nice.
So yeah.
It's a good double feature right there, guys.
Yes,
Darkness
indeed.
Falls and Burnt
I have to
Offerings.
watch Burnt Offerings.
You got to.
I will not watch Darkness Falls alone, so someone will suffer with me.
Well, they just asked actually, and I'll put it out there again. Jamie Lee Curtis was asked. Of course, she just had a new movie come out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go see The Accursed. But they asked her what she feels about Final Girls and different movies, or who she would play in another movie, and she flat out said, "I don't watch that stuff. I don't like it. Not a fan of horror," which is funny, ironic.
She's like the queen.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought I would ask you guys. I mean, you guys are definitely fans of horror, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm an adrenaline junkie and I scare easy. So what's
Perfect.
going to get your adrenaline pumping more than like a roller coaster or watching a horror film? So I like that boost. I love it.
That's awesome.
And not because it doesn't scare me, because I'm like such a sissy. I'm the one in the theater that goes, ah! Like,
I love it.
He's like, "Are you okay?" Hi, Pops.
Well, before we let you go, I wanted to ask you if you guys have. I think you have Kevin. You have Oak coming out, correct, soon. And
Yep.
Sarah, do you have anything you want to promote while you're here? Besides the Accursed, definitely go see the Accursed. That's number one.
Duh.
Oh, we promote. Don't worry, and we will be.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to go see The Best Friend on the screen in a horror movie. Period. Dot.
And then, like
Or
I
you
did,
will
hit
be
them
haunted.
with the car. Hit your best friend with the car, like me.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. We
Look,
don't.
guys.
The Scene Snobs don't support people hitting other people with cars.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not a Tide Pod challenge, kids.
Yeah, nope.
It's
Not
not
safe.
a comfortable moment here. Dude.
I wanna
TikTok
thank-
reaction to the movie.
There you go.
I'm being hit by a car.
Very fair.
Much safer.
I absolutely love this movie. I know Casey did too, because as we were watching it, we're like texting back and forth and telling each other to shut up at the same time. And we went back and rewatched, and it's just such a good movie. It's in the same vein as a lot of those wonderful, I don't want to say folk, but it does have that folk type of vibe to it. And I enjoyed that very much. And Kevin, Sarah, you did a fantastic job. This is a wonderful film.
It's amazing. Both
Thank
of y'all.
And I want to thank you so much for joining in again, doing this for us. We truly appreciate it. We love having you on. We love talking movies with you. You know, you're always welcome back anytime for anything. But guys, everybody go check out The Accursed now. It is available on VOD. Check your local listings because it could be out in theaters still. Go check it. I don't know what they're doing in theaters anymore.
I do. It's called Frozen Coke Slushies.
Ooh,
Touche.
Need I say more? You can make
that's
it
a
you.
winner.
home, but can you make a frozen Coke slushie? No, you cannot.
Not well.
Not well. You
I can make a root beer float. I'll do that.
frozen Coke slushie, big giant popcorn, Reese's Pieces, lounge
Sounds
chair.
good to me.
Now you're making me hungry. Trying
Well,
to lose the weight.
I'm trying to get people hungry for the theater. All right. They're going to be like things that can be satiated by going and watching The Accursed. So just go, and calories don't count while you're there as well. So
Exactly.
That's very true.
The fake butter is totally real in those 2
it's
hours.
fake. It's fake as in not real. So it doesn't
Not
count.
calories. It's all
There you
good.
go.
Thank you guys again so much for jumping on and being with us, and we appreciate you letting us see the movie. And
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
all right, guys. Until next
Thanks,
time.
y'all.
Movie, Kevin.
Yeah. Love you, Sarah. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Appreciate y'all. Be well.
Bye.
Guys, that was so much fun. They're so
They're amazing.
cool. We just had a really great time with them, and Sarah's so lively. It's so much fun, and so is Kevin. And Kevin's a really smart dude, especially with film. So he's always a lot of fun to talk to. And Sarah brings a really awesome energy. You should go and check out our other shows that we've done with her. And actually, like I said, make sure to check out Drive All Night, which is a movie she did last year, which was great. I absolutely
Really good.
So guys, hopefully you will check out The Accursed because it's wonderful as well.
Oh, it's fantastic. And I was so excited to be able to talk that and hear, what Kevin was describing, the way they were discussing the creepiness of that house. I mean, it all translates, man. That's the beauty of that movie, is it came across so naturally, so easily. And to hear that everyone was having such a great time and able to get along and communicate in that manner, that was glorious. So it's good that all that came out on screen as well. So go check out The Accursed, y'all. It's on. I got mine on Vudu. I just bought it through there. So I have it forever now.
It's definitely is worth it. So guys, of course, we got a lot going on. So there's so much we have going on.
You okay, brother? You all right?
It was one of those things where we just got back from traveling for the show.
Yeah.
And
I
now
got hit by a car.
You barely got hit by a car. I don't want to hear it. You like very little got hit by a car. I will tell you, your knee brushed up lightly against a car.
No, it's fine because God saw fit to give me 2 of them. So even
That's
though
fair.
one knee's struggling, the other one's just fine. So it's okay.
I'll take the other one out another time.
Pump the brakes, Chief. All right. Unless you're going to get me a sweet Professor X style wheelchair. I don't know. I'm pretty happy having at least one working leg.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, guys, remember every Friday morning we have the Scene Snobs Morning Drive live show, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern. You guys can join in, comment along, hang out with us. We cover the gamut on that one. We do also next Tuesday. I won't put that up yet. We do not have a show next Tuesday. It's the first time in our 3-year run that we will not have a live show on a Tuesday night.
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel good.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It is so weird, but
especially
it's
for October. It's
for a good reason, though.
It's for me.
Yeah, Casey's going to a concert, and I have been asked to host a very awesome event. There's going to be a watch party for Bloody Summer Camp, and the cast and crew,
awesome.
Cast, crew, and director are going to be out, and it's going to be live, and they're going to be sharing commentary through it. I will just be hosting the event. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great time. So that all starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on October 25th, that Tuesday. You hit play on the movie and then enjoy the commentary along with it. But from 8 to 8:30, I will be having an interview with Felissa Rose. So she's one of the stars in the movie. So I will be interviewing her before we get into the commentary. And then next Wednesday at 8 p.m., we will be back with another episode of the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And we're very excited for it. We are going to be doing we're trying to get all the horror hosts we can to join in with us and talk some horror before next Friday. We'll have the morning show, but then that Friday night on the 28th, we will be doing our Downtown Julie Brown, the Scene Snobs Halloween Bash online, where you can all join in. Anybody who wants to be a part of it can join in. You got to come in costume, though.
Absolutely. We'll accept any costume as long as it's a costume.
No nudity, but any costume.
No nudity. Well, tasteful nudity. No, you're right. No nudity.
No.
Well, it'd be a lot cooler. Can I just wear a black bar? Like,
yes, that you can do.
All right, done and done.
But if you wear black, I might hit you with my car.
That's true. You know what? That is a fear.
Like
you're over
on it.
From your home, all of a sudden, the car comes smashing through the.
Oh yeah, I'm just wearing my red shirt that day.
Oh, Kool-Aid, not again. Dad's gonna be pissed.
No, you're gonna fix this. You're gonna fix it right now.
You're gonna fix it. You think this is funny? This is property damage.
Me and Sturdy. I bet he means sturdy for that.
Sturgis, but I like the fact that it corrected to Sturgis. Like it's like he's gonna get all of North Dakota.
I love it. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we have so many things coming up. Make sure to check out all new Real Combat tomorrow. We're gonna have an all new Does It Suck? Teaching Mrs. Tingle this Saturday.
Yes.
We've got so much stuff going on. So it's going to be so much fun. Again, content every day in the month of October because it's our anniversary month. We love you guys. So get ready. George G3 says, October 30th, the Perfect 10 cordially invites the Scene Snobs and 3 Geeks for the Perfect 10 Halloween movies. I want to do it, but I will have to see. I cannot give you an answer just yet. Because I'm doing a lot of other stuff and my wife may kill me.
Yeah, no, that's totally valid. But I don't have a wife, so I'll probably more than likely be there, George.
Very fair. Or you could just go. I think last year I did like 15 shows and they were all like, what are my top 10 Halloween movies? Mm-hmm. And I'm also doing a countdown now. So
I think I'm going to change mine to only be what are my favorite top 10 Halloween TV show special episodes.
I like it.
Man,
I like it a lot. Garfield with a bullet. So
ooh, strong. Yeah, no, still definitely charmed, but that's fine. We'll discuss later.
If you guys are interested, go back and watch our live ghost hunt we did this past Friday. It was a lot of fun. It's up on our YouTube channel. We joined the Maryland Phenomenon Investigations team. We want to thank Jay from the 3 Geeks podcast and Sturdy from Horror with Sir Sturdy podcast for jumping in and hosting that event while we were live on location.
And even if you don't want to watch it, you should still just go watch it because it's us.
Yep. This Friday night, I have nothing for you. I'm watching Joe Bob. I'm sitting back and relaxing on my couch. and I'm gonna eat a sub of some sort.
Ooh, fancy. I might go burritos.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it a lot. You got a good taste, kid.
Sometimes.
You got a good taste to you. Class is what it is.
Yeah, I tell you what I won't be eating is apples after all of that. See, this is that they just proved it to me. Kevin and Sarah proved it that you don't eat apples. That fruit's terrible. That's what they said. That's what they said earlier. Is a fruit is a terrible thing
It's still
because
bugs me
it
that you don't
go
eat
all
fruit.
the way back to the Bible. It's bad stuff, man.
All fruit though. There's a lot of good fruit, dude.
I don't know. It just makes it easier for me to seem like it's all fruit.
We'll
Although I
get
do
into
love my
we'll get into
citrus.
the food topics in November.
Yeah, exactly. Let's. In the meantime, we're all about the killing and leaving bloody stumps and terrible, running cars running into people.
So remember, everybody, no episode. Yeah, shut up. So remember, everybody, no episode next week. But you can check us out on Slasher 15 Productions YouTube channel. I will be hosting that. But
you
very
should
next
check it
night,
out
you will
because
get
it
an
is
episode.
amazing. You should check it out. Because
Do
if
not
you haven't
leave
seen
us.
Bloody Summer Camp, you should check it out. It's amazing.
Is it weird that I have a paranoia that if we don't do an episode on Tuesday, we're going to lose everybody, our entire fan base?
Obviously. And then when we do one show the next day, they're going to be like, it's not my snobs.
Not my snobs. Snobtober is here, though. We do have content every day, so make sure you're following us everywhere for that. And I want to thank our patrons for supporting us, helping us keep the lights on. We truly appreciate you and love you. And Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, Chris S., and Chris H.
And Dan, John B., Ron, Jason, AJ, Radar, and John W. Thank you.
And if you guys want to join up, we have 3 tiers available on patreon.com/thescenesnobs.
And you can join us on our Snobs Nation Discord, where we have all the wildest and most enjoyable discussions, ranging from all the things we love, whether it be music, movies, TV, or anything else that floats your boat. So come on over and join the conversation at the Snobs Nation Discord.
I mean, actually, we're going to be doing nightly watch parties. Our moderator, Dan, is going to jump in and start showing movies on there.
Awesome. Super excited for that.
Make sure that you hit like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube. We have tons of great shows for you guys to watch. Of course, we have the Scene Snobs Podcast every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., except next Tuesday. That will be on Wednesday. Real Combat, Scene Snobs movie reviews, Geek Fest Live. Of course, the Scene Snobs Morning Drive Live show, which is every Friday morning at 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, Plot Roast, and tons more.
And make sure to pop on over to thescenesnobs.com, hit up our link tree, and get some merch. If you'd like to have yourself draped in the finest garments around since the turn of the century, you should pop on over and make sure that you have your Scene Snobs merch so you can tell everyone, hey there, I'm a snob.
or one of my personal favorites, let me explain it to you.
Always fun. Or just let everyone know you too embrace the absurdity.
It's true. Guys, follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, everything. Just follow us on everything. I think this weekend has just pumped so much energy out of me that I don't even just go follow us.
Yeah, just go find us on places and things.
We'd
all love to have you.
We would love to have you. And we always have fun content. So guys, thank you so much for joining in. You guys are all amazing. And until next time, I am Mick Manhattan.
And I'm Casey Plott. Thank you so much for joining us for a little bit. It's been a pleasure to spend this time with you. Thank you to Sarah and Kevin for being absolutely phenomenal guests and such a pleasure. Make sure to go check out The Accursed. If you haven't, it'll make you feel better and you'll be a better person for it. So as always, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much for spending it with us, and make sure to be kind to yourself and be kind to each other.
As always, I couldn't say it better myself, so I'm not gonna. See you next Tuesday.